Welcome to Shreveport Connection with Tommy. This video is on your April the 3rd SmackDown Live, 205 Live, and Mixed Match Challenge results video. Also birthdays, March the 30th, Mike Rotunda, aka IRS. He was born 1958 on the 30th. Zach Gowan, he was born 1983. Trent Barretto, he was born 1987. That was the year I graduated high school. April the 1st, Randy Orton had a birthday. He was born 1980. Tyson Tomko, he was born 1976. Also April the 1st, Jesse Sorensen, he was born 1989. April the 2nd, Sawyer Fulton, he was born 1990. And Lance Storm was born on April 3rd, 1969. Mo from Men on a Mission also was 3rd. And Monty Brown. Also birthdays, SmackDown Women's Champion Charlotte Flair turned 32 years old, while Hall of Famer Sika Anoa'i turned 73, and Hall of Famer Diamond Dallas Page, DDP, turned 62. April 4th, Hall of Famer Johnny Valliant passed away after being hit by a truck in Ross Township, Pennsylvania, according to WPXI. Valliant was 71 years old, and he was struck by a pickup truck Wednesday morning around 5 a.m. on McKnight Road in Ross Township. Police say Valliant ran across the busy road and was hit by the truck. He was not using a crosswalk. There were witnesses. There was other traffic on McKnight at the time, so we're unable to speak with people who actually witnessed the accident, said Ross Township employee Brian Kolick. Valliant passed away at the local hospital shortly after the accident. Driver of the truck stayed on the scene. There's no indication that this was anything other than a terrible accident at that point. There's still investigations going on, as Caleb said. Shawn Michaels now has short hair for the first time since he started his wrestling career back in 1984. I'll show you a picture of that. WWE posted this a video of Zack Ryder, Goldust, Corey Graves, Luke Gallows, Aiden English, Tyler Breeze, TJP, Kurt Hawkins, and Devon Dudley singing all along with Be My Baby Tonight single that 2018 WWE Hall of Famer Jeff Jarrett did years ago. Well, you can go to that link for you. WWE will be making additions to the Legacy Wing this year of the Hall of Fame in New Orleans. The following legends are set to be inducted into the Legacy Wing, according to PW Insider: Lord Alfred Hayes, Stan Stasiak, Boris Malenko, Dara Singh, El Santo, Cora Combs, Jim Londos, Rufus R. Jones, Sputnik Monroe. Legacy Wing was created in 2016 and currently includes 16 stars: Martin Burns, June Byers, Judy Grable, Dr. Jerry Graham, Haystacks Calhoun, Bearcat Wright, Rikitazan, Toots Mont, Luther Lindsay, Art Thomas, Mildred Burke, George Hackenschmidt, Frank Gotch, Pat O'Connor, Ed Lewis, and Luthez. Remember to join in for the live coverage of the 2018 Hall of Fame induction ceremony from the Smoothie King Center in New Orleans on Friday. This year's inductions are Bill Goldberg, inducted by Paul Heyman; the Dudleys, inducted by Christian and Edge; Ivory, inducted by Molly Holly; Mark Henry, inducted by The Big Show. Well, it's a big show. Hillbilly Jim, inducted by Hall of Famer Jimmy the Mouth of the South Heart; and Double J, inducted by Road Dogg B.G. James. Jarius J.J. Robertson will receive the Warrior Award presented by Dana Warrior, and Kid Rock will be inducted into the Hall of Fame by Triple H himself. And here's a video of them singing that song. 2018 Hall of Famer Jeff Jarrett is backstage for SmackDown in his hometown of Nashville, Tennessee. And well, that video of that for you there. And he says that first WrestleMania 34 diary videos with Jarrett reuniting with WWE Champion AJ Styles and many others. Pro tennis player John Ishner was backstage from SmackDown in Nashville, and there was a video of Ishner giving his WrestleMania 34 predictions to Renee Young. I'll give you that for you on Twitter. Ishner noted that he's always been a big fan of WWE exclusive Tennis Wizard at John Ishner, caught up with at Renee Young WWE backstage at SmackDown Live to offer some predictions. And in this video link, WWE 205 Live General Manager Jake Maverick has announced that Drew Gulak versus Mark Andrews has been pushed back to next Tuesday's episode after WrestleMania. Tonight's show will feature Kalisto versus Buddy Murphy in singles action instead. Samoa Joe is apparently ready to return to action imminently, as he has been added to the WWE Raw taping a week from Monday on April 16th. From the XL Center in Hartford, Connecticut, Joe has been out of action since suffering a right foot injury during a match with Rhino on the January 8th episode of Raw. Former Diva Action Massaro has a photo shoot at Paul Heyman's website, HeymanHustle.com. The 38-year-old former WWE Diva Search winner photo shoot was part of the Looking for Larry's agency hashtag This Is Hard Rock campaign for the Hard Rock Hotel and Casino Las Vegas. And you can check out a couple of photos from the shoot below at this link on Ashley's Instagram account. Triple H has revealed the new WWE NXT North American title belt. They're saying that there can only be one first ever. Well, this Saturday night, in the shadow of WrestleMania at NXT TakeOver New Orleans, with the whole world watching live on the WWE Network, 6 men will step into the ring in a ladder match with this belt hanging above them, as Triple H said in this video link. NXT North American Championship, Killian Dane, EC3, Adam Cole, Velveteen Dream, Lars Sullivan, and the one and only Ricochet. One man will make history. One man will climb the ladder into the record books. One man will forever be remembered as the first NXT North American champion. The first ever NXT North American champion will be crowned at Saturday's TakeOver in New Orleans event from the Smoothie King Center. The match will feature EC3, Ricochet, Adam Cole, Lars Sullivan, Killian Dane, and the Velveteen Dream. WWE posted a video of fired superstars Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens crashing a weekend live event. At this link, they did a run-in during Tyler Dillinger versus Mojo Rawley and beat both men down. Sami and Owens are set to face Daniel Bryan and Shane McMahon at WrestleMania 34 on Sunday. They will be reinstated to SmackDown if they can win the match. There was reportedly an idea to have a musical segment with The Rock, Elias, Jeff Jarrett, and a few others at WrestleMania this Sunday. According to Justin Barrasso of Sports Illustrated, the idea was for it to be a take on the Rock concert, segments that have been done in the past. According to the report, The Rock was not able to give a firm commitment for the show, so the segment was scrapped. It was added that The Rock is not slated to be part of WrestleMania this Sunday unless there were renewed discussions. And we're live from Nashville, Tennessee for WrestleMania 34 Go Home edition of SmackDown. Tom Phillips welcomes us to the show, joined in by Corey Graves and Byron Saxon. We go right to the ring. Out comes SmackDown General Manager Daniel Bryan to a big pop. Bryan welcomes us fans as fans chant his name. Bryan introduces his friend and WrestleMania 34 tag team partner. Next, Shane McMahon. Shane also greets the crowd and gives them props for being loud tonight. Shane gives the props to Daniel for being a role model, the way he fought to get back into the ring. Something he believed in. Shane congratulates Bryan on being medically cleared to do what he loves to do and what we love watching him do. A yes Borgasm chant started up for the crowd. Shane says he couldn't be more excited to be Bryan's partner at WrestleMania. Shane talks about his own health issues from the past few weeks, blaming them on Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens. Fans boo their names. Shane says that he has also been medically cleared, and they will give it everything they got on Sunday. That's a promise for WrestleMania. Bryan says that there's one thing he needs to address as a man and as a SmackDown General Manager. Bryan admits he made a lot of mistakes over the past few months, especially when it came to Owens and Sami. Bryan said that they have been friends for 15 years, and he allowed that to cause problems. Shane warned him that him and Shane was right all along, Bryan says. Bryan then apologized. Shane thanks him and said that there's no need to apologize because Shane has done some self-reflection of his own over the past few months. Shane admits that he can be hot-headed and a bit stubborn at times. Bryan says one thing he has learned is what? There's only one way to resolve things when partners have issues. Bryan opens his arms for a hug. Shane apologizes for the way he treated Bryan over the past few months and offers his hand for a shake. Fans boo. Bryan says he just shook Shane's hand 2 minutes ago, and Nashville does not want to see another shake. Fans do the no chant. When Bryan asks if Nashville wants them to hug it out, and they do. Shane says he's not much of a hugger but he appreciates it. Fans boo again. Fans chant, hug it out now. Shane finally gives in and hugs Bryan. Shane says that it's actually kind of worked. Bryan agrees and says they are definitely on the same page now, which is bad news for Sammy and Owens. Bryan says that they will get payback for what they did to he and Shane and everyone in between. Shane thanks Bryan for reinstating Sammy and Owens, calls them cancers, and says we won't be seeing them in a SmackDown arena after WrestleMania. Bryan asks if fans are ready to see he and Shane beat the holy hell out of Sammy and Owens at WrestleMania. Fans pop in the orgasm yes chants start up for the crowd again as Bryan music hits, and they celebrate and share another hug and exit the ring. Charlotte Flair versus Natalya was the first match of the evening. The music hits, out comes SmackDown Women's Champion Charlotte for this non-title match. We cut to a WrestleMania 34 promo for Ronda Rousey and Kurt Angle versus Triple H and Stephanie. Very similar to what they did on Raw when they cut to SmackDown matches. While McMahon and the SmackDown feed airs in a box on the lower left corner, the feed goes back to full size as Natalya makes her way out. Greg Hamilton does the ring introductions as we go to commercial. Back from the break, they lock up, back and forth start. Natalya takes control and brings Charlotte to the mat to work on the leg. Flair with a roll up for a quick pin attempt. Natalya takes back control and keeps Flair grounded. Flair looks to mount some offense, but Natalya shoulders her and shows off some. Natalya talks trash and they lock up again. Going to the mat, Flair with a 2 count. Flair keeps Natalya down and slams her again for another pin attempt. Natalya sends Flair into the corner, but Flair rolls her up for a 2 count. Flair keeps Natalya down on the mat. Flair with another count. Flair takes Natalya into the turnbuckle and stomps away. Referee warns her and she backs off. Flair drops Natalya on her back, on the back of her head for another 2 count. Flair keeps Natalya down with the scissors now and uses that to toss her around. Flair keeps the scissors locked and keeps Natalya grounded. Natalya ends up on the floor for a breather, but Flair follows. Flair ducks a shot and goes to work with chops on the floor. Natalya sends Flair head first into the ring post as she goes down. Natalya stands tall as we go to another commercial. Back from the break, Natalya has control in the middle in the ring after dominating through the break. Flair turns it around with a abdominal stretch. Natalya sends her to the mat. Flair gets sent to the apron, but she knocks Natalya back. Flair goes to the top rope, but Natalya cuts her off and drops her for a 2 count. Natalya ends up getting Flair in the surfboard submission. Flair escapes from the hold and nails a big chop, then another. Flair with more chops and a neck breaker. Flair runs over Natalya with a big boot, and some fans cheer. Flair wastes time before covering for a 2 count. Flair misses a move and Natalya jumps on her back with a sleeper hold. Flair gets out of that and slams Natalya to the mat. Flair goes up top for the big moonsault, but Natalya gets her knees up. Carmella's music hit, and out she comes with the referee and her Money in the Bank briefcase. The original referee talks with Carmella's referee. Flair gets up and knocks the briefcase out of the ring. The contract goes flying. Carmella looks to tangle with Flair, but Flair drops her with a big boot. Natalya takes advantage, but this leads to Flair applying the figure 4, then a figure 8 for the submission win. After the match, Flair stands tall with the title as the music hits. The music interrupts, and Asuka makes her way to the ring for a pop. Asuka enters the ring and dances right past Flair, going to the corner to pose. Flair watches as Asuka dances around. Asuka takes the mic and says, "At WrestleMania, the Queen will bow down to the Empress because no one is ready." Flair snatches the mic from Asuka's hand. Flair says she is ready, but the question is Asuka ready? They face off in the middle of the ring and look back at the WrestleMania 34 sign. The stare down continues as Flair's music hits. Let me do it DX style. Are you ready? I said, are you ready? There you go. The announcers discussed the WWE title match at WrestleMania 34. We get a pre-recorded video from AJ Styles with comments on Shinsuke Nakamura playing mind games last week. AJ says his emotions are not his weakness. They are his strength, and if you want to talk about weakness, Nakamura has one. He takes AJ too lightly. AJ says he is the WWE champion, and they are far from the Tokyo Dome. This is WrestleMania and a dream match, but this is no dream. It's really a reality, and the reality is that he's going to beat Nakamura. So the come segment, Nakamura and Styles versus Shelton Benjamin and Chad Gable. Also, a look at Shane and Bryan versus Owens and Sammy. Back to commercial. Back from the break, the announcers lead us to a video package for Bryan and Shane versus Owens and Sammy. We go to the ring. Out comes Bobby Roode. Back to commercial. Rusev versus Jinder Mahal, as Bobby Roode is at the announcer's table. For commentary, Hamilton introduces Sunil Singh, who has a mic. Singh tries to sing better than Aiden English before introducing Jinder Mahal for the next match. English is out next to introduce Rusev, and out he comes to a pop. It's Rusev Day! Aiden English style. Back and forth to start the match. Rusev looks to go for the accolade early on, but Jinder dodges in and retreats to the floor for a breather. We go to commercial with Rusev looking on from the ring. Jinder delivers a big knee after a commercial and drops Rusev. Jinder works Rusev around and tries for a pin, but can't get it. Jinder drops big knees on Rusev for a 2 count. Then Jinder takes Rusev to the corner and keeps the attack going. Jinder with a shot to the middle of the back now. Jinder keeps Rusev grounded in the middle of the ring as the Rusev Day chants start going from the crowd. Jinder keeps control as the match airs in the lower left corner while Roman Reigns vs. Brock Lesnar promo for WrestleMania 34 is shown. We come back full size as Jinder avoids the accolade again. Jinder sends Rusev to the floor, but he comes right back in. Jinder drops Rusev for a 2 count. Rusev comes back with a big kick to the face, dropping Jinder. Rusev stomps on the mat and waits for Jinder to get up. Singh gets on the apron to distract Rusev as Rusev kicks him off. Jinder takes advantage and rolls Rusev up for a 2 count. More back and forth. And then Rusev hits a Machka kick for the pinfall. After the match, Rusev stands tall as his music hits. Rusev stands in the corner and looks up at the WrestleMania 34 sign. WWE US Champion Randy Orton appears out of nowhere and drops Rusev with the RKO. English attacks Orton from the side. English waits for Orton to get to his feet. Waiting on the second turnbuckle, Roode comes up to the apron and shoves English off the second rope right into the RKO. Roode enters the ring and hands the title belt to Orton. Hesitating, some fans chant Rusev Day again, and Orton and Roode face off. Orton's music hits as we get a replay. Roode and Orton have some words to end the segment. We get a pre-recorded video from Shinsuke Nakamura, who tells AJ Styles that he's not playing any games. He takes this very seriously. Nakamura goes on and says he does not take AJ lightly. He knows AJ very well, and he knows AJ is very emotional. Nakamura says these emotions will cause AJ to make a mistake, and when he does, Nakamura will become the WWE champion with a knee to the face. Back from the break, we get a backstage promo from the New Day. They're interrupted by SmackDown Tag Team Champions, the Usos. We have some friendly but stern words about WrestleMania 34 on Sunday. They both leave, and in comes Bludgeon Brothers, who take out the camera with one of their mallets. Baron Corbin, Dolph Ziggler, Mojo Rawley, and Primo versus Zack Ryder, Fandango, Tyler Breeze, and Ty Dillinger, who are all also added to that Rumble, both at the pay-per-view and as well as the advertised 27th live network at noon event in Saudi Arabia. We go to the ring. Out comes Baron Corbin. Other superstars are waiting in the ring. Mojo and Zack start things off. Ryder ends up hitting a missile drop kick for a 2 count. Then Mojo rams Ryder back into the corner. He nails some of his opponents. Other superstars enter the ring as the referee tries to restore order. Back to commercial. We go to commercial. Back from the commercial, we see on the Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal Trophy at ringside. Mojo comes in to go at it with Dillinger. Ty sidesteps and Mojo goes down. Fandango comes in and knocks Corbin off the apron before going at it with Primo. Ziggler breaks up a pin, but Ryder clothesines him to the floor. Fandango dumps Corbin to the floor. Ryder with a Rough Rider on Mojo before tossing him. Primo tosses Ryder over. Ty tosses Primo over. Ziggler sends Ty over. Breeze super kicks Ziggler over. Corbin grabs Breeze and launches him over the top onto the other superstars. Fandango with a 2 count on Corbin. Corbin catches Fandango with the end of days for the pin and the win. After the match, Corbin stands tall as his music hits. Corbin goes to the floor and checks out the trophy. Announces plugged in WrestleMania 34 on the WWE Network again. Still to come segment. Styles and Nakamura team up in the main event. Back to commercial. Back from the break, we get a backstage promo from Shelton Benjamin and Chad Gable for the main event. We go to the ring. Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens in the arena. They jump on the announce table and talk trash about Sunday's big match. We see Shane McMahon and Daniel Bryan watching backstage. Shane's music hits, and he and Bryan come out to the stage. Sami and Owens have retreated to the crowd. Bryan tells everyone to look at them and record it as it will be the last time they are ever on SmackDown. Shane gets the crowd to sing goodbye to Owens and Sami. So the come segment, AJ and Nakamura team up in the main event. Back to commercial. Back for the break, announces plugging WrestleMania 34 week on the WWE Network. And your main event, Shelton Benjamin and Chad Gable versus AJ Styles and Shinsuke Nakamura. We go to the ring for tonight's main event. Out first comes Shelton and Chad. Shinsuke was out first for his team, followed by AJ Styles. Nakamura starts off with Gable, back and forth. Nakamura ends up playing games as he tags AJ in by patting him on the head, like he's a puppy dog. This causes tension, and they have some words in the ring. Gable and Benjamin attack them while they're having words. Back from a commercial break, Styles nails a kick on Gable, looking to make a hot tag. Nakamura and Benjamin tag in at the same time, and they go at it. Nakamura also unloads on Gable, taking them both out with kicks. Nakamura with a running knee to the ribs in the corner. Gable tags in, and they double team him in the corner. Gable goes up top and hits a moonsault on Nakamura for a close 2 count as Gable keeps Nakamura grounded. Now we cut to a promo for Asuka versus Flair as the match continues in the lower left corner of the screen. The match goes back to full size as Benjamin works Nakamura around, focusing on the arm. Nakamura and Benjamin trade strikes. Benjamin gets the upper hand for a 2 count. Benjamin then keeps Nakamura grounded with holds. Nakamura fights up and out, but Benjamin keeps the strikes coming. Nakamura looks to make a comeback with kicks, but Benjamin counters and drops Nakamura. Benjamin charges for a knee in the corner, but Nakamura comes out of the corner and drops Benjamin with a kick. AJ reaches for a tag, as does Gable. AJ tags in and clotheslines Gable as he runs in. AJ unloads with strikes and another clothesline. Benjamin runs in, but AJ nails a Pele kick on him. Gable takes advantage and rolls AJ up for a 2 count. AJ comes right back with a neck breaker. More tension between AJ and Nakamura. AJ jumps out to the apron, right beside Nakamura, and looks at him. And then springboards into the ring with a phenomenal forearm on Gable to send a message to Nakamura. AJ covers Gable for the win. After the match, AJ stands tall as his music hits. AJ goes to ringside to retrieve the WWE title belt, talking trash to Nakamura while he's still in the ring. Benjamin comes from behind and lays Nakamura out. AJ watches from the ramp. Nakamura fights Benjamin off as AJ looks to be coming back into the ring. Nakamura turns around as AJ springboards in with a phenomenal forearm. AJ puts the brakes on just in time, exactly like Nakamura did last week. AJ taunts Nakamura, pats him on his head like a puppy dog, and that pisses Nakamura off as Nakamura stares him down. AJ leaves with the title belt in the air. As his music plays, we go to replays. Nakamura looks on from the ring as AJ stands tall on the ramp. The final show before WrestleMania 34 goes off the air. Asuka and Intercontinental Champion The Miz won the first ever Mixed Match Challenge tonight in Nashville by defeating Bobby Roode and SmackDown Women's Champion Charlotte Flair in the finals. Asuka and The Miz earned $100,000 for the Rescue Dog Rock charity by winning the tournament. The match saw Miz pick up the win by hitting a skull-crushing finale on Roode. Live viewership for the finals peaked at 114,000 viewers on Facebook Watch. This is the highest live viewership since the premiere, which peaked at 135,600. And a few shots from the match, and I'll give the whole list for you to view. As you got teamwork in action. Can this happen at WrestleMania? Charlotte gives a spear on the Miz. Winners gloat on their win there. Miz calling who on a phone, and you can listen in on the calls, see who it is. And your 205 Live results from courtesy of the network. Match number 1, Akira Tozawa and Hideo Itami versus Metallic and Lance Dorado. Metallic and Itami start things off. Itami with a waistlock and a takedown. Itami holds on as Metallic tries to escape, and Itami slaps Metallic in the head. Itami with a kick to Metallic, followed by a punch and kicks. Itami pie faces Dorado on the apron, and then Itami focuses on Metallic. Itami with an Irish whip, but Metallic with a super kick and a drop kick followed by a springboard drop kick for a near fall. Metallic with a wrist lock, and Dorado tags in. They hit a double hip toss, Metallic with a kick, and Dorado with a standing moonsault for a near fall. Dorado with a wrist lock. Metallic tags in and he kicks Itami and he goes for a suplex, but Itami escapes. Tozawa tags in and Tozawa kicks Metallic in the chest. Tozawa with a snapmare and a running kick followed by a back senton, but Metallic with a crucifix for a near fall. Tozawa with a drop kick, then Metallic goes for a handspring move. Itami tags in and Itami knocks Dorado off the apron. Metallic gets Irish whipped and Tozawa with a forearm followed by a double team from Itami and Tozawa. Itami gets a near fall. Tozawa tags in and he chops Metallic. Metallic flinches and Tozawa with a jab and a near fall. Itami tags in and kicks Metallic. Itami with a knee to the midsection and mocks the lucha chant. Itami with kicks to Metallic. Metallic with a chop and punches. Itami slaps Metallic and kicks him in the chest. Metallic with a drop kick. Both men are down. Dorado tags in and he knocks Tozawa off the apron. Dorado with slaps and kicks to Itami. Itami with an Irish whip, but Dorado with a spinning heel kick out of the corner. Dorado with a crabata and he punches Itami. Itami with strikes, but he misses a back fist. Dorado with a handspring cutter that sends Itami to the floor. Dorado avoids Tozawa, hitting a plancha into Itami. Tozawa with a suicide dive on Dorado. Metallic with a corkscrew plancha onto everyone. Metallic and Itami are back in the ring, but Dorado is a legal man. Metallic with a snapmare and Dorado gets a near fall. Metallic gets in and Metallic gets Itami up for the Metallic driver, but Itami escapes and escapes the hold and he tries to pull the mask off of Metallic. Dorado attacks Itami and then Tozawa gets involved. The referee calls for the belt. No contest. All 4 men battle in the ring and Itami goes after Dorado's knee. Officials come into the ring to separate the 2 teams. We go to Drew Gulak to explain why he's not wrestling Mark Andrews this week. Drew says he's not playing mind games. He wants Mark at 100% when he faces him. He wants Mark fully recovered after his match last week against Tony Nese. He wants Mark not to have any excuses. Drew says he was planning on a detailed PowerPoint presentation about how Mark will suffer in his Dragon Sleeper, or the Gulak. He has one slide, because I could. He is the best submission wrestler. If you step to him, you will tap out. Mark says he flew halfway across the world to be in 205 Live. Last match, you stepped over the line. This is not about high-flying versus submission wrestling. You will wish that you never underestimated this underdog, and you will never disrespect him again. We got a commercial. We're back with a look at a meeting earlier today with Drake Maverick and Tony Nese. Drake says he is putting Tony back in the ring after his loss to Mark Andrews. Drake wants Tony to show why he is the premier athlete. Match number 2, Tony versus Jonathan Pierce. They lock up and Pierce poses after a stalemate. They lock up again and Nese tosses Pierce into the corner and poses. Pierce with a jab after going into the ropes. Pierce with a chop. Nese with a back elbow and he flips over Pierce. Nese with a series of kicks and a leg sweep. Nese kicks Pierce in the back. Nese with a chop. Pierce goes to the floor and heads up the ramp. But Nese hits Pierce from behind. Nese sends Pierce back in and he hits the double stomp moonsault. Nese is then dropped across the top rope and he goes up top. But Nese with a running palm strike and a kick that gets Pierce onto Nese's shoulders. Nese with a gut buster and it's time for a running knee to the head for the 3 count. And that's how it ended. Winner of the match, Tony Nese. We see Lance Dorado getting his knee iced, and Kalisto says he will check on him after the match. Buddy Murphy tells Kalisto it is not personal. He comes to 205 Live to become champion, and you're in the way tonight. He says he will make it quick so he can get back to check on his buddies. We got a commercial. Match number 3, Buddy Murphy versus Kalisto. They lock up, and Murphy backs Kalisto into the corner, and he taps Kalisto on the chest as he breaks. They lock up again, and Murphy with a side headlock. Murphy holds on when Calissa tries to send him off the ropes. Murphy with a side headlock takedown. Calissa with a head scissors, and Murphy escapes. Both men go for leg sweeps into covers, and both get near falls. Murphy with a wrist lock into a takedown. Calissa kicks up, and Murphy sends him back to the mat. Murphy works on the fingers. Calissa with a reversal into a wrist lock. Murphy with a snapmare and a head scissors, but Calissa with a cartwheel. Calissa walks on his hands, and he goes for a Rana, but Murphy lands on his feet. Calissa with a waist lock, and we see a series of standing switches. Murphy sends Calissa to the floor, and Murphy slides to the floor. Murphy blocks an arm drag, but Calissa succeeds. Calissa with a head scissors and a forearm. Calissa is sent to the apron, and he nails an enziguri. Calissa goes up top and hits a corkscrew on arm drag, but bounces off the ropes to tease a dive to the floor. Murphy sends Calissa into the turnbuckles a few times, and then he punches Calissa in the midsection. Murphy with kicks to the chest. Murphy blocks the kick and takes Calissa down with a leg sweep. Murphy kicks Calissa. Murphy with an abdominal stretch, and he puts an elbow against the abdomen to add more pressure. Calissa uses the ropes and escapes into a sleeper. Calissa is backed into the turnbuckles to get out of the hole. Murphy kicks Calissa in the head. Calissa with an enziguri and a springboard seated splash. Calissa then with a satellite DDT for a near fall. They fight on the apron, and Calissa with a kick as he sets up for the DDT on the apron, but Murphy stops him and he punches Calissa and he hits a suplex onto the apron. They return to the ring. Murphy gets a near fall. Murphy with a forearm to Calissa, followed by another punch. Murphy with a hard Irish whip. Murphy with an Irish whip to the sternum, but Calissa with a spinning heel kick, and both men are down. Calissa with a kick, and he flips over Murphy and goes for a springboard reverse Rana, but he cannot get Murphy over, but he causes damage to Murphy. Calissa with a suicide dive and a spike Rana. Calissa gets a near fall. Murphy goes to the floor. Calissa follows, and Murphy sends Calissa into the steps, hits a monkey flip onto the announce table. Referee starts his count, and Murphy gets back into the ring at 8. Calissa gets in before the 10 count. Murphy with a forearm, but Calissa with strikes. Murphy with a series of strikes, and then he stomps on the foot. Murphy counters a Rana into a power bomb for a near fall. Murphy with a knee to the head for a near fall. Murphy puts Calissa on the turnbuckles and chops him. Murphy sets up for the superplex, but Calissa blocks it with punches. Calissa goes for a sunset flip powerbomb, but Murphy holds on. Calissa puts Murphy off the turnbuckles and hits a Lisco kick, followed by a code red for a near fall. Calissa sets up for the Salito del Sol, but Murphy blocked it. Murphy tried for Murphy's Law, but Calissa blocked it. Murphy nails Murphy's Law for the 3 count. Drake Maverick then congratulates Buddy Murphy, but that is not why he is here. He wants to reflect what has been going on with 205 Live brand. Cruiserweight tournament was a success. He says he couldn't be prouder of Cedric Alexander and Mustafa Ali, who will face off at WrestleMania. He has a message for the WWE Universe. He wants everyone to feel every emotion at WrestleMania. We're going to commercial. We're back with a Cruiserweight title match at WrestleMania between Cedric Alexander and Mustafa Ali. Cedric says no one has been hotter than him on 205 Live. Ali says that this is his opportunity to show the world what Mustafa Ali is all about. Drake Maverick says he wants the best Cruiserweight competition in the world. He wants them to show that you are the best. Ali says he has never been in a position so much on the line. He has never been on a pay-per-view. His first pay-per-view is WrestleMania. Alexander says winning puts his name along Dean Malenko, Rey Mysterio, and Eddie Guerrero. Ali talks about how Cedric is the soul, but he is the heart. Alexander talks about stealing the show at WrestleMania. Ali tells Alexander to get ready for a fight. That ends 205 Live. A video of Rusev talking to Dr. Fentez after the SmackDown win over Jinder Mahal regarding Sunday's U.S. title fatal 4-way at WrestleMania 34 with champion Randy Orton, Jinder, and Bobby Roode. Rusev says it's now time to take back what is his. He also teases a grand entrance and the return of the tank he used at WrestleMania 31. And that link for that. The dark main event match after 205 Live in Nashville saw WWE US Champion Randy Orton and SmackDown Tag Team Champions the Usos defeat Aiden English, Rusev, and Baron Corbin in 6-man action. And that concludes my results for 205 Live, Mixed Match Challenge, and SmackDown for this week. Thanks again. See you on the video. If you don't know, just call me, brothers and sisters.